Welcome to another podcast of the current situation at Manchester United. Hope you guys are enjoying your Friday morning to fall. As you can tell, it's very sunny outside. This ain't gonna be one of those long video lengthy podcasts, but I just want to get into some shit where the latest Manchester United news. Yeah, I just want to give my spin off on some latest Manchester United news. But first of all, we have to commemorate and celebrate the new sign of Manchester United. That is Donny van de Beek from Ajax. He's 23 years old. He's a midfielder. He plays in midfield after banking off my last video podcast. So yeah, he's a midfielder that is going to. I don't think he's going to have a starter role, but still he's going to fill in as a hole that needed to be filled in by a quality player from the bench. Jesse Lingard is like a player from the bench that can come on and have an uh, impactful display. So with the sign of Van de Beek, he's going to make an exceptional display because I know that he can play in the Premier League and he will play good in the Premier League. This is a player that is Dutch. Manchester United, based on recent history, have a history of good Dutch players that played very well in the Premier League. We think of Robin van Persie, we think of Ruud van Nistelrooy, we think of Edwin van der Sar, we think of Elbin was basically average, but there were times he was very good, there were times he was not very so good. So with the sign of Van de Beek, I know he's going to have a set. Again, with the midfield that we have, the midfield is going to support Van de Beek, and Van de Beek is going to support the attacking three up top because the attackers need support, right? But from the bench, he's going to make an impressionable impression. So he's going to play with his football. He's going to get that. Again, most persons believe that this guy is supposed to be playing defensive midfield, which is not the best position to play in the field because this is a guy that is not physically uh he doesn't have any physical prowess or any finesse. So I think this guy should be playing as a box to box midfielder or as a number 10. So again, I mean it's a late celebration, but I just want to give my vote of thanks to Manchester United and the Glazers for making this signing a reality. But the reality is most of the guys just need to still leave Manchester United. Manchester United has been lackadaisical in their lack of signings. So I mean I'm good with one signing, bro, at this moment in time. But one signing is not going to change the livestock of the quality of Manchester United as we progress into next season. So again, I'm happy with that signing, but we have a few more signings that Manchester United need to make in order to commemorate and celebrate a Premier League title if we are that very good next season. We can be allowing Liverpool to be winning the title after 30 years, coming out of their shell, coming out of the cave for 30 years in Premier League and winning the Premier League. We cannot allow that. Manchester United should not become another Arsenal. Okay, so we need to get our Premier League under our title and build our squad. Another news, again, I don't know this for verbatim, but Arsenal's former hitman and our biggest flop to date, let me just make that straight, is Alexis Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez made a few comments recently that kind of caught my eye a few times, and when I read these comments, I ain't go read it right now because they don't want I don't want his comments to be so famous. I think it's out there already. But he's basically saying, paraphrasing, he's basically saying he didn't really want to come to Manchester United. Because basically, he was basically saying that in the first session of training, he basically wanted to tell his agent to just tear up the contract and go back to Arsenal. That's basically what he was trying to say. And listening to this interview, this guy was saying that, hey, I can't speak Essex because I don't have that fluent vernacular in Spanish. But he was basically saying, yeah, I'm saying when I was younger, I was a Manchester United supporter of Manchester United. Always want to see Manchester United win titles. I always want to see Manchester United up there in the sky in cloud nine, just winning titles just every season, and that will give me a reason to come to Manchester United. You know what I'm saying? And when I grow up, I want to play for Manchester United, and they say, hey, if you dream, you're going to live that dream. You know what I'm saying? And here I am at Manchester United. I'm going to win the Premier League. I'm going to win the Champions League. I'm going to win the domestic league as well. So here I am at Manchester United. But you think that would be the show, but that wasn't the show from the get-go because this guy basically told and sold a lie to us Manchester United supporters that he was really a Manchester United fan. Yes, we saw the small picture when he was in a Manchester United tracksuit, but that doesn't suit the reason as you being a Manchester United fan. You are a fraudulent fan that professed to be a real fan when that was not the fun, when you were not a real fan. You just wanted to have a lot of money paid in your back pockets with your hand in your side pockets without playing any good football at Manchester United. And that is what you wanted to do. Manchester United, uh, they didn't give Arsenal a lot of money, but they Manchester United basically said, okay, we're going to finance your lifestyle, love it, lavishly, luxuriously, if that is a word. But I'm gonna make it a word for this long ass rant in this video podcast. But Alex Sanchez got 500,000 per week, not per year, not two, per 2 years, uh, per week, 7 days in a week. That is the establishment of a week everywhere in the world. So this guy got £500,000 per week. This guy was playing like a 0.00 percentage of that pound per week in terms of his playing game. He wasn't playing very well in the games, but this guy was getting a lot of money. But I heard like this other comment saying that he wants to come back to Manchester United. Bro, make up your mind, bro. I don't know what's wrong with you S's and Putos out there, bro. Most of you guys just want that Mexican money. You know what I'm saying? You want that Mexican money without doing anything. I don't know how I don't know how you guys come to that term. Castro was never like that. Hitler was never like that. Escobar was never like that. They were. But you want to get money, hella money I should say, without even playing very good. But you just want to get good money without playing very good. That doesn't make any sense, bro. You have to make up your mind. So that is not a good look for Alexis Sanchez. Obviously, he didn't want to come to Manchester United in the first place, but he wanted to come in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and those in the Manchester United fans' face and basically said, "Hey, I'm a fan of yours. I always want to be a fan. I always want to play for Manchester." And he's even said that when he was at Barcelona. I mean, that has more credibility because Barcelona is a lavish, notorious club. So everybody wants to play for Barcelona. But coming to Manchester United, bro, do not say that if that's not genuine. If you're a fraudulent, which you are, and you know you are, if you're a fraudulent, which you are, do not say those type of comments. That because that's going to kill credibility as it relates to us Manchester United supporters. We knew you didn't want to come to Manchester United in the first place. Manchester City had a contract under the table that they wanted to show you in January of 2018. But the reason why he didn't want to come to the reason why he came to Manchester United that season is because they were going to give you way more money than at Manchester City. That's the reason why. Yes, Manchester City is all about giving paper and oil money, but the reality is you wanted to come to Manchester United to exploit their financial resources so that you can have a mega contract, and that will give a contrast in the dressing room. You remember Paul Pogba basically said that if Alexis Sanchez has this money, I should be getting more, and we don't want that. We don't want that environment. We don't want that environment. So it's a good look that Alexis Sanchez is out of the way, but that's not a good look, though. We knew he didn't want to come to Manchester United in the first place. We saw it through your performances. You were not portraying and saying that. We could see that in your performances. You didn't have to say that. You just didn't want to come to Manchester United. I know you're playing decent ball game in Syria or in Italia, and you basically say you want to come back to Manchester United after you said you didn't want to come to Manchester United in the first place. Make up your mind, bro. But yeah. So after that long ass rant in the first 10 minutes, I'm going to examine. Uh, I'm going to look at a Manchester United player that a lot of us criticized when he just came to Manchester United. So you guys go get your popcorn, get your champagne, I'm saying, get your orange juice if you're into like citrus fruits and those stuff like vitamin C. So, yeah, so get your popcorn. I know it's kind of too early to be eating all those stuff, but yeah, this again, this ain't gonna be a long podcast, so I'm just going to make it short and sweet. Um, so yeah, most of us criticized this player when he was at Manchester United. We questioned the sign. We were like, why is he signing at Manchester United? Why is this guy coming to Manchester United? This guy is a decent signing, but there is no lining for him to come to Manchester United. This is not a top class player. This is not a top notch player. So why is he at a top club? That doesn't make any sense. But if you see who was managing Manchester United at the time, then that would co-sign with why he would sign that type of player. David Moyes came to Manchester United in 2007, in 2013, in fall of 2013, and based on the signing that he wanted to sign, they didn't want to sign with him. They didn't want to line with that type of manager. We were linked with Tony Kroos. We were linked with Gareth Bale. We were linked with Cesc Fabregas, Arturo Vidal, uh, Thomas Muller, Thiago, a lot of top class players that didn't want to come to us top class club because we didn't have a top class manager. So with that type of pedigree of manager, we got mediocre kind of players. For example, we got Fellaini. I think Fellaini was like or only signing at least until January, until Mata came in, because that matters to us really, because we needed another signing that was more who had a football mind that could understand football. And when Fellaini came in the summer of 2013, most persons saw this as a routine to failure. We knew we were not going to win the title. Most persons, if we're being honest with ourselves, we knew we were not going to win the title because we had an aging squad that had players that were coming to age. You know what I'm saying? Most of them were coming to retirement age and were coming to that stage of their career where they couldn't stay at Manchester United any longer. So when David Moyes came in, we were questioning why is Fellaini here? Where is he going to play? Where is he going to play? Is he going to play defensive midfield? Is he going to play in the center of midfield? Is he going to play as a center forward? Is he going to play as a number nine and a half, or number 10? Where is he? Where is this piece of wood? Where is he going to play? Where is he going to play? So basically, without getting lengthy, I don't want this to be a long eulogy. My man played Fellaini as a defensive midfielder. We know that Fellaini doesn't have any pace in the first place. We know that Fellaini is not that fast. We know that Fellaini, if he is going to sprint, that's not going to last. We know that Fellaini has no legs. He cannot tackle. He's very clumsy on the ball. And the only thing that he has to his game is just crossing the ball from at least 40 yards, if not 20 yards, into the box so that he can control with his chest or just header it into the goal when the ball is in the box. That is Fellaini's claim to fame. That's Fellaini's basic MO. That's the reality of Marouane Fellaini. Fellaini is no flashy type of player. We all know that. So we're saying, okay, Moyes, since he's made this signing of £27 million, I should add as well. Where is this going? Where is this guy going to play? Where is this guy going to play? We have Michael Carrick. We had Carrick. I have to adjust my vernacular because that is past tense. We had Michael Carrick. We had um we had Fletcher, Darren Fletcher. We had Tom Cleverley, which was not a real clever signing to begin with. Yes, he had a first season at Manchester United, but it just wasn't. That was just because of Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson has that endowment of giving players decent form. He allowed other players that were bang average to look above average, and that is a clever move, with which what he did with Tom Cleverley and other midfielders, which I'm going to mention right now, like Kagawa Boy. Where is Fellaini going to play? Where is he going to play? And without getting lengthy, bro, in his first season, he was diabolical. He was diabolical. I think he got about one or two red cards. One or two red cards. So not only did Manchester United finish out at the top four, well, we didn't even finish in the top six. Let me just make that clear. We didn't finish in the top six. we lost a lot of players, seasoned veteran players, which was no way to give a vote of thanks to our veteran players that fight hard when they were at the club, like Vidic, like Rio Ferdinand, like Patrice Evra. That was not the type of send off you should send off with your veteran players. Veteran players that fight hard for Sir Alex Ferguson. That is no way to basically stray your veteran players. That's not a good look. So David Moyes was not only sacked, but his team was sacked with Phil Neville. His team was sacked, but we still had Fellaini, a lump of wood in the squad. So when Louis Van Gaal came in, most of us were like, okay, Louis Van Gaal, we saw what he did in the World Cup. What are you going to do with this 6'6" piece of wood? What are you going to do with this type of sign? We need to see what he's going to do this season so we can have a reason to believe in this guy. We cannot just believe in him off the jump gate. Yes, he has goals in him, but how are you going to play him into the style of play you're going to play with this squad? What is your style of play? What is your claim to fame as it comes to Manchester United in 2014, 2015? What is your style of play? How are you going to play with this guy? Are you going to start him in the starting squad, or is he going to come off the bench and make a cameo performance, or cameo appearance, like probably 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes? What are you going to do with this type of guy? What are you going to do with Marouane Fellaini? And that is where LVG made those infamous comments, which wasn't really famous at the time, but he basically said that he was going to play Marouane Fellaini as a centre forward or a false I believe. And I didn't understand it at the time. I didn't understand it at the time. But best believe Marouane Fellaini against I think it was West Brom away. Marouane Fellaini picked up form just like that. It was just like a snowball effect. Like he scored a world class. I think he just controlled in assist and just one time it into the near top corner. That was just top class for Marouane Fellaini. You know what I'm saying? And persons were saying, maybe this because you have to understand in Marouane Fellaini's first season, he had no goals, he had no assists. Well, he cannot assist in the first place, but he had no assists, he had no tackles to his game, you know what I'm saying? He had no statistics that will give us a reason why this guy is a very good signing. So he was a very bad signing in his first season. But in his second season, after that West Brom game away from home, Marouane Fellaini was picking up his form to inform Manchester United players that hey, I'm not this piece of wood that is useless. I'm actually useful if you use me in the best positions I am good in. Because basically, when Marouane Fellaini was at Everton, it's basically balls from Leighton Baines from the wing. When he would cross into the box, he would find either Tim Cahill or Marouane Fellaini or Yelovich. So Marouane Fellaini was basically used to that style of play. Marouane Fellaini is not based on like a possession based type of ball game because when Marouane Fellaini is in position of the ball and possession of the ball, he doesn't know whether he wants to kick the ball or he wants to pass the ball. He doesn't know if he wants to shoot the ball. He just doesn't know what to do with the ball. So that is not Marouane Fellaini to play the ball to his feet. That's not his claim to fame. If you do that and pass the ball to his feet, that's going to be a bad statistic defeat. So we cannot be doing that. That is our mindset at the time. Like, how is this guy going to play in the system of LVG in his first season? Because LVG needed to make a statement and a stamp in his first season. So we can have a reason to see if we're going to win the Premier League, if we're going to win a trophy at least, or even one of those teacup trophies at least, like the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. We wanted to see what LVG is going to do with this guy. So without getting lengthy, again, this guy picked up form. He was getting goals. He was assisting a few times. This guy was getting basically because under Moyes, Marouane Fellaini didn't play like when Manchester United was attacking. Marouane Fellaini didn't go into the box. He basically stayed in midfield with Michael Carrick, which I think was just a dumb move because you have this piece of wood in midfield, like you're just trying to plant the tree of forbidden fruit without even using it to suit the style of play. So this basically under Moyes, Marouane Fellaini played in midfield when this side was attacking. Under LVG, it was a different ball game. Fellaini played as like a third midfielder that would run into the box when Manchester United is attacking. So if Manchester United is attacking, or when they are going to cross the ball, whether it's from Angel Di Maria, Ashley Young, or Marcos, who was playing like a left wing back at the time, let's not forget that. Our Flynn was more effective, more efficient, was more sufficient to the style of play, and because of that, we got a few goals from Marouane Fellaini. He got a few goals against Tottenham. He got a goal against Manchester City at home, I should say, and we played very good at home against Manchester City. Marouane Fellaini got a very good goal. So he uses prowess, because remember this guy is like 6'6". He uses prowess, his height, to basically monopolize the short defense by scoring headed goals. That's Marwan's claim to fame. So in that season, most persons believe, now we're seeing the reason why we have Marwan Fellaini in the squad. And Marwan Fellaini basically, in the third season under LVG, I wouldn't say he was not that attacking, but basically Fellaini, because Manchester United made two midfield signings of Bastian Schweinsteiger and Morgan Schneiderlin. When you have those other slow type of midfielders, Marouane Fellaini was kind of getting left out. Okay, so and again the midfield was so because we played two slow midfield double pivot of Michael Carrick or Morgan Schneiderlin, or it was Morgan Schneiderlin and Bastian Schweinsteiger, which either way with that Dalebin, because Dalebin was playing games in midfield as well. Let's not forget that. So basically, Marwan Fellaini was basically left out on the bench. Okay, we had Wayne Rooney, we had Robin van Persie that was sold in this the in the the summer of 2015. So we had Marwan Fellaini who could have been a striker, but we didn't want to play that style of play. That's not what LVG was going. Yes, that would be used as a later plan, but that was not the first plan. So I'm getting into that because that's why Mourinho really loved Fellaini. So without getting lengthy, in his third season, Marouane Fellaini didn't really, score that. He scored a few goals, but Marouane Fellaini wasn't attacking that much in his second season. In his third season, sorry, as much as his second season. So with that being said, when Louis van Gaal got the sack because he didn't do that well, we finished fifth. We got our FA Cup, but it wasn't enough for him to stay because again the style of play was just dead. We're playing side passes. The midfield was so static and slow. We're playing possession based ball, but we're not at. So it was a poor display in the style of play by LVG. So he got the booting because they cannot boot the 11 players that play. You have to boot the manager because he's the one that tells the players how to play. So with that being said, he was excused and Mourinho came in. Now Mourinho, from his history, if you look at his resume, you can basically safely say that Mourinho has a tendency and a reputation to play in long balls. So when you think of long balls, where do you think that's going to fall? In the chest of Marouane Fellaini when he's playing. And that is why Mourinho had a fetish feeling for Marouane Fellaini. So when I'm looking at my time. When Marouane Fellaini basically played, Marouane Fellaini not only brought others into the play, but he was very effective when he came up. Like Mourinho didn't really start Marouane Fellaini, especially in his first season, because we already have Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Basically, Zlatan Ibrahimovic was basically playing Marouane Fellaini in a better suit because Zlatan has more takers than Marouane Fellaini by a long stretch. So with that being said, Marouane Fellaini had a squad role which would which was like a plan B option for Marouane Fellaini. So if the side was losing, if the side was not scoring any goals, Mourinho would basically put in Marouane Fellaini on the pitch with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, you know what I'm saying, to get goals into the box. So he would play long balls into the box, whether it's from Paul Pogba whether it's from Wayne Rooney, whether it's from Daley Blind, or whether it's from any player that is crossing the ball into the box. That is the threat of Marouane Fellaini. Everybody knows that when the ball is crossed into the box and Marouane Fellaini is in the box, the probability of Marouane Fellaini making contact with that ball is very high. The likelihood of him scoring when that ball is crossed into the box is above average. Marouane Fellaini is very good. I think he probably do that in training than most persons. And that makes sense because he's not that very good with his feet. So he has to suit himself play in the upper body than the lower body. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, yeah, in Mourinho's first season, Marouane Fellaini played a more, I wouldn't say withdrawn role, but he was not a starter as much as Moyes. And that makes sense because Mourinho is more of a manager than David Moyes. So Fellaini in his second season, this guy, not in his second season, I'm always mixing up with his second season because he was very good in his second season. Let us not forget that. But in Mourinho's second season, Marouane Fellaini basically played very good. Very good, very good. I think he got 2 goals against Crystal Palace at the start of the season at home. Marouane Fellaini, because persons were saying if you're going to start Marouane Fellaini, do not pass the ball to Marouane Fellaini. Because you have to remember that season, which was Mourinho's second season, he had Matic in midfield. So persons were saying, okay, you have you sold Bastian Schweinsteiger, you sold Morgan Schneiderlin, you have Paul Pogba, you have Ander Herrera, you have Marouane Fellaini, who is not going to start. Where is if you're playing Marouane Fellaini, where is he going to play? Where is he going to play? Because you have Mkhitaryan who is going to be the number 10. So where are you going to play Marouane Fellaini? And basically Mourinho played him as a plan B. So if we have a plan A that is not working, our plan B option is to put Marouane Fellaini in the box. Play along to Marouane Fellaini. And that worked out quite a few times. Against Arsenal at home that season, he scored the winning goal with his head. A good cross from the left wing side from Al Shillong crossed into the box to find suit of Marouane Fellaini's head and he headed it home. And that's the win we got at home against Arsenal. So yes, without getting lengthy, bro, I think Marouane Fellaini deserved a lot more credit than he actually got. Marouane Fellaini, yes, you have to understand, Marouane Fellaini is he's not a footballer. He plays football, but that doesn't mean he's a footballer. Marouane Fellaini is a utility player that happens to know how to be effective when long balls are of the essence. Like basically, in the absence of long ball, Marouane Fellaini is redundant. He's a liability. That's the reality. He's not that very good when you're playing a possession-based football because when you play the ball to his feet, he has the first touch of a donkey with the ball at the donkey's feet. He has no first touch whatsoever. He makes Lukaku looks like Lionel Messi with his first touch. I don't know if it's a Belgium thing, but I ain't gonna get into that right now. But basically, Marouane Fellaini deserved more credit than he actually got. Marouane Fellaini scored a lot of crucial goals for Manchester United. He scored a crucial goal against uh, Everton against his old club in the FA Cup semi-finals in 2016, and he scored another goal against Celta Vigo in the semi-finals of the EuroLeague in 2017, and that would segue us into the final. I think that was the quarter-final or the semi-final. Yeah, the quarter-final or the semi-final. And Marouane Fellaini scored a goal against, like I just said, against Arsenal and other few goals that were very crucial. Marouane Fellaini deserves respect. Is he the worst signing for Manchester United? Hell no. Is he one of the worst signs for Manchester United? That could be debated. But let's just celebrate the the good things that basically Marouane Fellaini did at Manchester United. Marouane Fellaini was not everybody's favorite. We get that. There was a time where Marouane Fellaini actually came on and he actually got booed. Persons were saying we're not actually booing the player that came on, we're actually booing the decision of why this player came on. They were booing Marouane Fellaini. They were doing it in a passive aggressive way. But most were saying, hey, We don't want to see this player coming on. We don't want to see him coming on. Most another faction of persons were basically saying we're not booing the player, we're booing the decision of why this player is coming on. So persons were not feeling Fellaini from either direction. They just were not feeling the player. Because they were basically saying this person should not be at Manchester United. He should not be in 10 feet of Carrington. He should not be here. He should not be on the corridors of Carrington. He should not be in the premises of Manchester United or on the compound of Carrington. This guy shouldn't be nowhere near Manchester United. But he came to Manchester United and his first season he was whack. But he basically built up the confidence and courage by developing thick skin from the criticism of the Manchester United supporters and later down, especially in the second season and going down, he basically, to at least to a few, he became like a Manchester United cult hero. Manchester United, I wouldn't say they deserve Marouane Fellaini because Manchester United don't deserve no average player. But with that average player being at Manchester United, Marouane Fellaini deserves respect for what he did for Manchester United. Yes, he's not that flashy type of midfielder that's like Michael Jackson when he's on a dancing stage. We know that that's not his claim to fame. But when he's playing, when he does well, he deserves respect. A lot of persons were denying Marouane Fellaini even when he played well. Person was saying, "Well, anybody could head the ball from there. I mean, anybody with that type of Afro hairstyle, you know what I'm saying, and he's like 6'6" could do that." No, 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 no. Marouane Fellaini deserves respect either way. Let's just say that. Let's not put that totally away. Marouane Fellaini deserves respect. Am I pro Marouane Fellaini? At least not in his first season. But when I saw the season progressing, I got a reason to say, okay, probably this guy should not be starting because he shouldn't be starting. But we can use this guy as a utility tool whenever we're losing, whenever we're drawing, so that we can win after he comes on by playing long balls. Because that is there's this thing in self-help and self-improvement known as playing to your strengths. That's what Mourinho did. That's what LV did to at least a certain degree, but mostly Mourinho, because that's Mourinho's second plan. So basically, when Mourinho puts on Fellaini into the box, he plays to Fellaini's strengths. Mourinho knows that Fellaini is not good at football. But what he does know is that Fellaini is a utility player that whenever he's played to his strengths, he's very deadly. He's very lethal. When you're playing the ball from David De Gea from a long ball to find and fall, you know what I'm saying, on Marouane Fellaini's chest, whether it's on his chest plate or on his like his shoulder or whatever, that guy has the best chest control in the world of football. And that is coming from a person that is not even that good at football. So this person go as I'm closing this eulogy basically on Marouane Fellaini and his time at Manchester United. Understand that you guys may hate Marouane Fellaini and I get that. Yes, he's not the type of signing that would be in line with Manchester United's statue. But understand this guy, he did what he needed to do when he came on. He developed thick skin to go through the criticism. Because this guy, I don't know if you guys are a fan of Memberlin, but this guy was getting criticisms even when he was not playing. Even when he was in the starting, not in the starting squad, but he was when he was in the 80-man squad. People were saying we don't want to be seeing this guy. We don't want to be seeing this guy. And people think when he came to the end of his career at Manchester United, people thought, oh, Fellaini, who is this guy going to manipulate and dominate Manchester United into getting another contract? Because that's basically what he did. He manipulated and dominated Manchester United, playing that. Let us see how things go. Maybe I'll renew my contract, or I could leave after my contract. Let us see. You cannot be letting this player, people are saying, we cannot be letting this player telling Manchester United, the hierarchy and authority of Manchester United, what to do with his contract. Sell this pig. Sell this 6'6" Afro pig. We cannot be allowing this guy to dominate and manipulate Manchester United. We don't expect this from Fellaini. And people were saying, how can this, I'm saying, this Belgian Afro nigga that is not really black be managing? Mm-mm. So don't get lengthy. Marouane Fellaini left in 2019, January of 2019, to a club in China, and I've heard that he's actually got a few hat tricks. He's playing very well. What I'm saying, and most persons are feeling Fellaini right there. He actually cut his hair, so that means he still has strength to his game. He's not like Samson where he cut his hair, his strength just gone out of the window and evaporate and just solid deep like that. No. Marouane Fellaini, based on what I've heard, I've not watched the games because I'm not a Fellaini fan like that, but I've heard that he's been playing very well in China. And as I close this video podcast, you guys should appreciate what Marouane Fellaini basically did at Manchester United. Yes, he was not a fan's favorite, but he basically showed how one can avoid criticism or use a criticism that is destructive, because it was basically most of it was destructive, whether it's subjective criticism, objective criticism, destructive criticism, or constructive criticism. He used that all ism of knowledge and wisdom as is developing thick skin so that he can override and just slide off the criticism. He did what he needed to do, and that's why he will always forever be remembered as a fan that was a cult hero. Yes, he was a villain at times because he would allow games, because basically Flynn without getting on, he would give away games, basically giving penalties away and fouls away. But Marouane Flynn deserves respect. I'll shout you guys in the next video podcast. Peace and blessings, one love, bless up and rest up. I'm out.